Hello, my name is Patrick Norton. This was my final year project entitled Last Orders. Last Orders is a bar and event finder. It shows you all bars and events nearby according to your location. Bars are stored in a database of my design so I could monetize it. Events are pulled from an external API called Eventful. Let's fire up the application. So my application is Last Orders. I have an image as a bell. So I'm going to start with logout. It's currently logged in as Tony Stark. So I'm going to show you register first. Rogers. Shield. So when you first log in, you are greeted with 4 list items: profile, view all bars, events, and log out. Now when you go into profile, it shows you your basic profile information that's pulled from the database. So first off is the unique ID, which is generated using PHP. I chose to use PHP for all database connections because I didn't want direct access to my database for security reasons. So my PHP runs let's just say a register command. It returns a response as a JSON, and JSON is converted the JSON is converted to a more user-friendly method. So I chose post for all information had to be sent. I chose this because post allowed me to get and send information securely. The passwords are hashed using SHA-1. So I'm going to back out and show you view all bars. So as discussed before, the bars are stored in my database. Now the location is determined by getting your current lat and long and subtracting that from the one stored in the database, and I believe it's multiplied by 1,000 to get you a distance in kilometers. Now when you click onto a bar, let's take Dicey's. So you're greeted with the bar information, its phone number, its open hours, and its rating according to what others have rated. So you have 3 tabs: map, or bar information, map, and comments. Map shows you the distance, or shows you a map visualization of how far it is. Blue is where you currently are, and red is where you're going. I chose this because blue is the colour of my application, therefore it'll give users a sense of contingency, so they know or they can associate with or where they are easily. So when you click onto a bar, it gives you 2 links. One will view it on Google Maps, and the other will one will view it on Google Maps. The other will give you directions. I'm just going to jump into Google Maps here. So it opens up straight in the application, or straight in the Maps application, so you can direct yourself. Now, in terms of comments do work. I'm just going to put a comment on bars around you. Around Dicey's. Language. Comment posted successfully. There is Steve Rogers' language. Now I'm going to put another comment from Paddy Norton on Dicey's. Comment. So I've updated as Paddy Norton. His current comment is awful. So he just told Cap to don't be telling him what to do. Now you can sort by rating or distance. Rating sorts by the highest rating in the database. In this case it's Jack's Tavern down in Wexford. Now I'm going to change the location. At the moment it's currently set in Dublin, so I'm just going to set it to, let's just say, Donegal. Location. This is just Donegal town in general now. I'm viewing it on the emulator because it's easy to show different locations and how my location service works. Send. So, because the emulator might take a minute or two just to fire up, there we go. So in this case, Vanity is the closest nearby. Again, map, information, and ratings, comments. It's grand. Next, I'm going to show you my events. So as discussed before, events are pulled from the Eventful API. I chose this because events are hard to keep track of. So it's easier this way. That way, externals could change the events without me doing anything. So it shows you the name, the location in bold, it's where it is, the date, and as well as information about it. As with the bars, you can view it on the map, and it'll drop a pin there on Google Maps. So in terms of the application, I'm going to finally show you logout. I'm just going to log back in. Captain America Avengers.com. Sign in. Now, in terms of the application, it was built using Android Studio. I chose this because it's becoming more stable as time goes by, as well as new features such as fast code and whatnot. So my views were controlled using adapters. So it gets the view and loads the image in various backgrounds. On my client side holds my activities and my fragments. Database arrays just pulls my JSON responses and puts them in an array so it's easy to parse, as well as DTOs and image handlers. Now, image handlers, I chose them for the application to download the image from a link in my database. I chose this because I want to keep my database light, and the easiest way for that would be just to store the links, and that way the user, when logged in or whichever, they wouldn't experience much lag, and I wouldn't have to deal with blobs. Now, when the image is downloaded, it converts it to a bitmap, then stores it in cache for easy memory for easy storage management. My application in total is quite light. Apps and last orders. As you can see, it runs extremely light. The max I've had is 12 megs, including the cache. So once it stores it in cache, it recycles it when it's not needed. So I can clear my cache using clear cache, log out, refresh, and start JSON service, which allows me to download the images in the background for a short period of time. And then various other services, just as GPS, OSU to server connections, etc. And Session Manager, which was used to keep track of the login. So store your first name, last name on the application. And server connections, I chose this because I could just keep everything in one file and just update the link when necessary here. My name has been Patrick Norton. Thank you very much for listening. A link to my application, which is on my GitHub, will be in the description below. Thank you very much.